So, we do have a CTV player in here with us, King Kevin 30, and I'm just kind of curious. Out of the teams that we're seeing right now, Brazil and Argentina, are there any players there that you think are like worth mentioning, like to really watch in this match?
From my own knowledge, like the only people I've seen recently were like winning in fours, but I can't really remember in what they are extraordinarily good and stuff. So I would just have my guess on like both of them.
Well, just from watching like the warm-ups, it seemed like Vinny, Forrest, and Tadashi were really the ones that seemed to really know what they were doing and be like the strong players for their teams.
Yeah. I think Force is quite good with hard work, if I remember.
Yeah, and just to answer some of the questions that the Twitch chat has while we're waiting for our next map to be selected. Well, the first map, they're actually going over bans right now. Now, the World Cup actually is just as entitled. It's the World Cup. There's all kinds of teams from everywhere. If you actually look below the stream, there should be a link to the World Cup Captain Showcases, which actually shows each group and their team captains. We are missing one group on that video series. We do apologize for that, but if you want to see what teams are all in there, you can definitely check that out. But long story short, yes, the United Kingdom has been playing in the tournament. They just played not too long ago, earlier, and it was actually a lot of good fun.
Yeah, especially with the warm-up maps, which are just hilarious.
One thing I will say is I feel like this tournament is going to be filled with a couple surprises and maybe even a couple of upsets, because I mean, after what we saw with the Netherlands and Korea, like just watching South Korea, you know, actually struggle against the Netherlands in that match. Like I know that it's just the group stage and like the maps are a little bit easier, but it just shows that like they're not machines. They can be beaten.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, that was something we actually saw in the Tiger World Cup too. Nobody felt like they could defeat some of the stronger teams there. That they're just impossible. But that's really not the case. As we've seen lots of upsets throughout the course of the World Cups, not just this year in 2015, but in 2014 we had quite a few upsets as well.
Anyways, we have seen both the warm-ups for Brazil and Argentina, so right now we're just, I believe we're waiting to get into our first map. Have we got our picks and bans yet? Sorry, not picks and bans, just our bans. That lead commentary is not going away today.
Yes, we do have it here. Let's see here. It actually looks like the role winner was Brazil. So they will be picking the map, and the first ones to ban was Argentina, and they banned out Crayon, and of course Dango Daikazoku. Those are both going there.
You got it right the first time, nice.
Thank you. And Brazil has banned out for their first pick 18 Sai, and it also looks like Shinono Megiku is getting knocked out as well. So I'm going to go out and say that at least for as long as I've been paying attention and helping with the Catch the Beat World Cup 2015, we haven't actually seen, at least I haven't seen, that map get played at all. The Dango Daikazoku. It has not been played once.
I think we've only seen, actually it was played once, but it was in a match that we weren't there for, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, Go ahead.
Okay. I think they had it in like the night bunch of matches with like only Deadbeat and Zack awake. And I think Penn was also there.
And it does look like we do have our first map selection, which is going to be a Lumascape. Pretty upbeat, you know. Nice song to wake up tired commentators. And hopefully a good map for a solid point for our first map selectors.
Yeah, I'm not even going to feel bad with this, but I totally have my pillow with me.
Nice.
Be careful what you say or you might turn into Dyers.
Wait, what?
It's okay if you didn't get that.
Is that a League reference?
Yes, that is. Anyways, so yeah, we've actually seen this map a few different times now, I believe.
Yeah, I think we already had it like in at least 3 matches while we were streaming.
I know we've seen a lot. We've seen this a lot during the commentary, like just on the maps or the matches that we have been showcasing.
Yeah, we've only seen it banned a few times, but Lumascape has been actually played quite a bit.
And it's starting. Nice. Ooh. Well, we missed on a Brazil team. Ouch.
Yeah, that's not going to help Lucario Yoshiharu. And it looks like they've actually dropped again even. Ooh, those hyper jumps are just not being his friend. Seem to have a really hard problem holding combo. It seems with every hyper jump in the last burst that they had, he dropped combo every time.
Yeah, guys, I just want to mention, like, you know, they might not be playing like too well, like comparatively to everybody else you see here, but this is hard. Like, I know that, I mean, I'm not exactly the best example, but I was trying this earlier, and like those jumps are actually kind of difficult to play. Like, if your timing is even slightly off, you're gonna miss a fruit.
And now we also got a miss from Colgiron on the Argentina team.
Yeah, and today's
Michael Jordan right now, though.
Oh wow.
Reaching for that sky as they're currently holding full combo along with Force. They're actually the only 2 players still currently holding full combo. And with that drop from Michael Jordan, it's only Force now. Luciano really struggling with this map, though. Yeah, I think at one point he actually failed the map. I'm not sure about that. Maybe he just barely passed it. But regardless, very nice full combo from Force, and very close to being a full combo from Michael Jordan there. Really impressive plays from those players. Colligron and Vinny9204 as well doing quite well. Tadashi falling a little bit behind those players, and Luciano really kind of struggling there, falling behind everybody, but trying their best, so it's okay. And that's going to be the first point to Argentina.
Alright, very nice play by Argentina there. Definite way to show dominance. They're going to try to I would assume they're going to try to get this done as fast as possible. Having that 5-0 point lead there, I would like to point that out with what we've seen so far in the tournaments. 5 million is not a very big lead in catch the beat, especially seeing as how quick it can change from, oh hey, we're doing good, to, oh no, we're losing. We've seen it quite a few times.
Yeah.
I would really like to know the multiplication algorithm that CTV uses, because I don't know how it works. I know that standard is like some kind of multiple of 300s, and then it just multiplies it by the base combo.
I think I once understood it, but right now my mind is just blank.
I thought you were the one that had the sleep, Kevin.
I know. It's slowly dragging on me.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah.
We've been at this for... a total of like 6 hours of sleep for the past 3 days. It's been brutal.
No, actually, mine would be 4 because I'm a dumb person and I don't know when to go to bed. But, go ahead.
Okay. To be honest, I still was awake until the 2 a.m. matches, which was for me 4 a.m. So I only had, I think, 5 or 4 hours of sleep.
It's better than what you were getting a few days before or prior to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna get 2-3 hours of sleep, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna watch the matches where Zach commentates again. And I'm like, okay, I watched 5 minutes. I think I'm tired. Then I lay down.
I just want to kind of jump in here a little bit and just mention the map that's coming up next, Iris. I don't think we've actually seen this map too often yet.
I don't think I've seen it at all.
Yeah.
Because the maps that we've mostly seen in Hidden Pool have been DX4 and 18 Psi. Like, we haven't really seen Iris at all. Or Crayon, for that matter. Those have been really rare picks.
Yeah, Crayon was only twice on stream.
Okay, I would like to give an awesome public service announcement really quick. For those watching the stream, if you've been with us almost as long as we've been doing this, do remember that there are more important things in your life than using your hands only for OS. I know that that's something that gets brought up quite a bit when you're just idling on the main game client, but do remember, and always try to get up every once in a while and take a few stretch breaks. Let your legs get some circulation too. While this is really fun and a great way to enjoy yourself and show support for your favorite team, at the same time you should definitely, consider your health. And I should practice what I preach. But now let's go ahead and get started with our next match of Brazil versus Argentina.
Z-Trot has concern for the average player.
Spread the love.
In all seriousness, though, like, taking breaks helps a lot with actually improving too.
Yeah.
Lets your hands relax, get relaxed and not be so tense.
So, do we have a drop on the Argentina team?
It does look like that.
Yeah, I think it might have been an instant drop, so they might be if he dropped before he even got to play the map at all, they might be doing a forced restart, but I do not know. Because if you drop before the match even starts, usually they'll reset it, but if he dropped anywhere between the 3, 2, 1 go, and then he dropped...
Well, they're definitely restarting it. They've already done so on the stream.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool.
So there will be no DC shenanigans for this match. Hopefully.
Nice.
And you know what, 7 stars? That is true. Our hands are sacred. Respect your hands. Even if you are listening to sleepy commentators, at least take breaks while you're playing.
Yeah, hands are useful things. And we're already restarting, nice.
Just gonna take a moment while all the players are currently sitting on full combo to mention this background is actually really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of looking at it now. I have 3 different players in this: Vinny, Luciano, Yoshiharu, and Manox Z, and even Tadashi, all missing.
Oh wow.
And Vinny
And
and
again.
I, yet again. The only player still holding combo is actually Michael Jordan. He's reaching for that sky right now.
Oh, right now I would need that dunk meme.
Oh, no, the dunk has failed. And Vinny and Luciano both missing as well, which is going to give the Argentina team a little bit of a chance to catch up here.
And
they overtake.
We're quite close to the end of the map. Yeah, blah, blah, English. Oh wow, so many misses.
Now we need some Space Jam type stuff from this Michael Jordan player. He's got to pull off the impossible here.
All of it. Oh wow, that was closer than I thought.
Yeah, that ended up being rather close considering. Unfortunately, just a couple too many misses from Vinny and Luciano, not being able to get their combos high enough to be able to get that little bit of extra score they needed. There was only about a 550,000 score difference between the two teams, though, but Argentina is going to take that, bringing the score to 2-0. I will totally sing part of Space Jam if this goes to a tiebreaker.
I forgot the Space Jam song.
Until Locked to come on and slam jams it.
Oh no, it'd only be 10 seconds of it, just a specific part of it. Something about overtime.
Oh goodness gracious.
Oh, apparently Locked have not slam jammed me. Well, thank you, man.
Oh no! you just had to. Why did you? Lifetime, please don't set him up for this thing.
No. Okay. And we got our next pick. The Umineko one, because I don't want to pronounce that name.
Kanjiki no Chi ni Samaru Mei ni.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. Now, you can't call someone America or American when there's.
No, he's just saying that because I don't have a Japanese pronunciation.
Generalization, grumble, mumble, generalization, grumble,
It's
grumble.
okay. This is coming from the guy that has the very gruff sounding voice because of speaking German. Shots fired.
He is very harsh German. Oh, well, that's true.
Alright.
These background discussions, and nobody will know about them.
Oh god, here we go. The language pains are strong.
Oh no,
Oh,
this
right.
is just our awesome tournament manager that is bringing this up.
Oh my god. Amata, are you sure you don't need to go to bed, bud? You a little tired?
Even the tournament manager's a little sleepy at this point. That or they just really don't care anymore. I'm not sure which.
No, right. So we're just waiting for them to get this thing underway. Not exactly sure what we're waiting on at this point. Oh, and it looks like we're finally going. All right, let's get this underway. Argentina's already made 2 points. Now they need 4 to make this a victory. So if they win this one, that's going to bring them to match point, people. So Brazil's definitely got to do something here if they want to stop this from happening.
And this one is quite a tricky map, since in the later parts around the 190 combo, there are probably gonna come some issues. There are probably coming up some issues because some of these parts are really harsh.
And this is also going to be really hard for Brazil because this is actually Argentina's pick. I'm going to do a quick update on the other teams that are playing right now. So in the Italy versus Norway match, the score is currently 2-2, so it's currently tied. And for the Denmark versus Russia match, it is currently 1-4, so Russia has won that match.
Oh wow, it's so close on both teams. The HP drain almost kills them.
Yeah, Coliron is actually about to... Yeah, there goes Coliron, there goes a few other players. I think everyone just failed.
No, like...
Or, no, never mind. Okay, never mind. We had 3 players fail from the looks of it.
Oh wow, Brazil is taking this point because Coliron... Wow, make good job, man. Or wait, am I in?
Okay, never mind. We had some weird results. Hold on. We're going to need the MP history for this one because our clients are not giving us the good results.
Yeah.
I think this is actually going to be a win for Argentina because it does look like Vinny did fail right at the very end. So that is going to be 3-0 for Argentina.
Oh, wow.
The only player that actually did pass from Brazil was Michael Jordan, so, you know, they're still trying to dunk.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
Just trying to take this game into overtime. But that is going to be 0-3 in favor of Argentina. This brings Argentina to their potential match point with this next song. So if they can score this point, they've got the victory well in the bag. But Brazil still has the ability to rebuttal if they can manage to take a victory here.
Put your hands in the air if you feel fine. We're gonna take it into overtime. Welcome to the Space Jam.
I'm not doing a dance, and it's definitely not my chance. So let's see what Argentina's got in store for Brazil here, or if Brazil can open that hidden door and fire their lasers to victory.
From the looks of it, they're going to pick Time to Love, which is a double time pick. If I'm correct.
Everyone's got to have a dream. I have a dream that this is going to be taken into overtime by our awesome player, Michael Jordan, here. All right, and we are getting started on the potential match point here on the song "Time to Love."
All right, this should be pretty interesting. It looks like Zai and Manuix are both using the hidden mod as well on top of this, so that is going to help them with their score difference a little bit there. It also looks like Michael Jordan and Luki now, Yoshiharu or
Shiharu.
Yeah, they're both using hidden as well.
Yeah, the only two players that aren't actually using hidden are Vinny9204 and Force. So the players on the top of the screen, guys.
Yeah, and we got quite a few. Oh wow, that's what I'm saying. It more misses. Oh man, these misses don't stop. Oh no, Michael Jordan. No. And Argentina is putting quite a solid combo on English. Oh man, I'm getting sleepy.
It does actually look like, oh well, with Zai and Manuix, they're both breaking. If Brazil can keep Michael Jordan and Vinny up there holding a high combo, which unfortunately it looks like Vinny dropped as well, they might have been able to take that back, but the score lead is going to continue to grow in the favor of Argentina, and this looks like this is going to be a decisive 4-0 victory in favor of Argentina. But we still have a good 35% of the map left, so it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, and I mean, like, just until a moment ago, Force was holding a really high combo as well. So, I mean, that just extended their lead so much. Right now, though, it is looking like Brazil is starting to build up their combos as well. Michael Jordan's starting about 450 combo right now. And Vinny's not far behind.
Okay,
they may be able to catch
close.
up.
Yeah, this is really getting close. And Brazil's
And just like that, they just need to hold that now for the rest of the song, and then they're good. See, it was clearly the Space Jam that made this happen.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan had the dream. So yeah, really impressive play from Brazil there. A lot of the players on the team actually did really well. Vinny and Michael Jordan both getting only 2 misses. Michael Jordan with a slightly higher combo, but you know, Vinny with a pretty high combo as well, 443. On the Argentinian team, there is Force with 3 misses, fairly high combo too, 528, followed by Manuix Z with 340, and then finally Zai with 210. Overall, really impressive scores. Every player on both teams. Just it really came down to combo. Just those little breaks that happened in the middle of the song. You know, you've really got to build that combo in order to get your score multiplier just going really high. Secure that lead with that.
So this is going to give Brazil a chance to make a comeback here. But Argentina still has the advantage here. All they have to do is win once. Brazil would have to win 2 more times to force a tiebreaker.
I am fairly interested to see what the next map selection will be, though.
there's probably a lot of downtime here in between this, as the team captains are probably talking with their teams, trying to get them psyched up right before the big match here, as a lot is riding on for both people here.
And it looks like we do have the decision on the map, and it is going to be Mission ASCII.
All right.
I'm definitely feeling them for this one here. It's a pretty awesome piano too.
Very much so.
It looks like there may be a player swap happening for Argentina here. 2 players from the looks of it, actually. What do you think, Zitrod? Do you think Brazil can come back and bring this to a tiebreak?
We've seen crazier stuff happen, that's for sure. Only time will tell.
Especially on this map.
As much as I am cheering for Brazil and Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan is an awesome name, I feel that Argentina probably has this one just based on what we've seen so far. But, as you guys said, we have seen crazier things happen, so we'll have to see if those crazy things do happen as we go into the map.
And I think on many matches on this map, some players really had problems with the 500 combo, so if we have the case that they are lucky and get that quite difficult jump, we could maybe see comebacks if someone falls back.
We actually had an early miss from Tadashi. Already looking pretty good for Brazil. And Luciano definitely seems to have stepped up their game a little bit here. They're also holding combo with the rest of their team quite well right now. But we do have a drop from Vinny, which is definitely not good. They need to hold their combos right now as best they can.
Yeah, because Argentina is slowly building up the lead again.
But there was a miss from Tadashi, but there was one from Luciano as well. Luciano finally dropping their combo. Currently only Michael Jordan, Force, and Coliron holding combo. Another miss from Luciano as well.
And Argentina took over. Oh man.
What Brazil really needs right now is one of those players that is currently holding high combo to miss. That if they get that, then they might be able to still come back, but it's looking a little bleak right now. Another drop from Vinny, which is really not going to help them.
Yeah, it seems the Argentina players got the quite tricky 500 combo jump. Oh man. That lead.
Michael Jordan, Force, and Coliron still holding full combos though. Oh wow,
the drop.
All
Wow.
missing there. Michael Jordan, Luciano, Tadashi, and Coliron all missing on that.
Yeah, Force is the only one still left seeing.
And Force is just going to extend that lead like crazy right now. Especially considering he's reaching the 1,000 combo now.
Yeah, I think that there isn't room enough to build up the combo again.
Yeah, at this point I think it's just too much. Force is just making a gigantic score gap right now with his combo. Oh, well, they finally dropped their combo. But I mean, I think it's a little too late.
Yeah.
Their score alone right now is enough to be able to cover at least 2 of the players on Brazil. And yeah, that is going to be a pretty decisive win there for Argentina, and that's going to end this match. Argentina winning 4-1 against Brazil. But Brazil didn't go out without a fight. They did win 1 match, so, you know, congratulations to them for that.
Yeah, and as my own match is slowly approaching, I probably have to leave.
Alright, then we will see you later then, King Kevin, and hopefully it'll be me and Ztrot for the last set of matches here.
Okay, have fun, guys. See you later.
So while we are waiting for the next match here, and I believe I am the only commentator right now, if you guys have any questions relating to Catch the Beat World Cup, or just any questions for commentators, you know, a question for Ztrot when he does get back, or anything like that, just feel free to ask in chat. We'll do our best to answer any of the questions that you guys have. We do have a couple more matches coming up for you guys today. This will be the last match that we will be streaming. Following that, we will be having the round of 16 map pool showcase. So be sure to stick around for that. Especially if you are playing in the Catch the Beat World Cup, because you will want to see this.